Being an actor is the first thing that I remember wanting to do in life. I remember at 14, 15 years old, watching some classic films and being so incredibly inspired by them and saying to myself, one day I want to come close to doing something that good. So I think that thirst or that drive to just achieve what I believe is something as good as, those heroes that I have is what continues to make me want to do this. What gives me strength all the time is to be able to have formulated a group of people around me that are my friends and my family. Those two words are enmeshed in my opinion, but it's given me a grounding that, as insane as my life can be sometimes, is always refreshing, and they're always so honest with me, and I'm so thankful for that. I came from humble beginnings. I went to public school, but I always had loving parents. Both of my parents were unbelievable, so I was incredibly fortunate in that regard. But my father is one of the wisest men I've ever met, and he has steered the course of my life in so many different directions in a positive way, whether it be my environmental activism, who I believe I am as a person, and as an actor is completely influenced by him. Was that year of like rejection where I finally said I suppose I took a different attitude towards the audition process, and I started to get jobs after that. And I think it was really because I said to myself, I'm not dependent on this job. This isn't going to define me, and I started to sell myself less, prepare more for the roles, and not feel like my self-worth was dependent on whether I booked the job or not.
My mindset is so simple. I just want to get better. I want to get better, and I want to work with great people. It's really simple.
I always want to push myself to be better, and do greater things, no matter what it is. I think I always want to constantly evolve. I always want to constantly grow. I never want to get to a point where I feel like I got it figured out.
When you're a kid, I think you try so hard to fit in, and when you get older, you realize that fitting in isn't really the thing that's more interesting. Being your own person and being an individual. I would not be here if I would have listened to the kids who told me I was a terrible singer and I was a sissy, or other things that they would say to me. It's be different.
You just got to get out there and take a chance, even if it's unpaid work, whatever it is, it will lead to something better.
It's easy to embrace hopelessness when things seem insurmountable, and yet it's actually just a matter of time until all of the elements come together for things to be all right. I believe that most difficult situations will resolve themselves if you are persistent and if you don't give up entirely. And that's what I never did. I never gave up.
When I was 22 years old, I came to this city for the first time. I was playing in the Canadian Football League, playing my first pro football game. 2 days later, I got cut. The dream shattered. You realize that playing in the NFL was the best thing that never happened, because it got me here. So my point is, look, you're gonna get your ass kicked. We're gonna get the shit kicked out of us. You gotta get up. You gotta have faith that the one thing you wanted to happen oftentimes is the best thing that never happened. So have faith, just keep that in mind, keep plugging away.
You only learn, really, in this world from the mistakes you make, from hard times, from going through difficult periods. That's when you grow. And we should look at these moments as opportunities for growth and as almost blessings. Because if everything went smoothly all the time, we'd be very complacent and we'd stay in one place.
Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to get comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all of the lessons are. Successful people fail a lot. They fail a whole lot more than they succeed, but they extract the lessons from the failure, and they use that the energy, and they use the wisdom to come around to the next phase of success. You gotta take a shot. You have to live at the edge of your capabilities.
It's up to each and every one of you